I get my clothes from elsewhere. I'm not gonna tell them where, of course not. But maybe they'll catch up in the next 10 years. 10 years from now, they'll catch up.
What's good, y'all? It's Lil Hands, the world's flyest YouTuber, and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna get straight in y'all head in this video. I know y'all seen the intro. Now look, I know y'all seen that time capsule video of Young Thug talking about the Margiela Futures, and we gonna talk about that being that the Margiela Futures is re-releasing. But I feel like that video proves my point that I've always tried to make about fashion, is that being weird and being different and being creative and not following what's cool or what's trendy will automatically make you have better personal style than someone who follows all the trends and think they got it on just because they wearing what's in right now. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I will respond to all comments. Let's start a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Let's become homies, bro. I'm a good friend, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to get straight into the video. So this video is more about the philosophy behind this video as opposed to the Margiela Futures. But I'm gonna give a brief background just in case y'all don't know what they are. I've never seen them before, never seen anyone wear them. So basically, if you've been following this channel, y'all know I'm a deep thinker, and I feel like if you think about it, fashion is way deeper and tells a lot about your philosophy as a person and your psychological mind if you pay attention to it. So you know me, we go deep on here. Pause. We go deep on here. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Okay, so for starters, I'm just giving a brief background of the Margiela Futures. So basically, the Margiela Futures were released in the spring summer season of 2011. That's almost 15 years ago. Next year that'll be 15 years ago. In 2011, I was a kid. I don't even think I don't even know what shoes I was rocking about back then. But y'all, you know, I'm a student, so I go back and learn. So the Margiela Futures were released in spring summer 2011, and obviously the inspiration behind the shoe it's supposed to be a futuristic type of shoe. So at that point in time, you gotta think of 2011. At that point in time, what are people wearing? People wearing Air Forces, Timbs, maybe wearing some like red bottoms, stuff like that. People not wearing nothing like the Margiela Futures. And obviously Margiela has always been a big brand. I'm not saying that, well, I'm gonna get into it, but Margiela has always been a big brand. But when these shoes came out, a lot of people liked them. Like, a lot of people that are into fashion really liked them and thought they were cool. But a lot of the outsiders didn't really think that they were cool. They thought they looked ugly, thought they looked like a weird design, whatever it may be. Why would I pay this much money for that? And that's kind of what I want to talk about, is that doing stuff differently as opposed to the status quo, it makes you way more stylistic and makes you way more cool. Like, I feel like people who try to be too cool are actually lame. But we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna talk about like who infamously wore the shoe. So people like Young Thug in the Da Vinci music video, he was wearing the shoe. Kanye West, he wore it all in 2013. He wore it all on his Yeezus tour. That was fire. All these type people that had at the time had influence in fashion were wearing these shoes, and it showed that all of the forward thinkers knew, hey, this is what's gonna be in, or this is what's in right now, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So now I kind of want to talk a little bit more about Young Thug and how he's always been a forward thinker and how that's impacted the landscape of fashion. I think so. When I ask myself the question, how has Young Thug impacted the world of fashion? Now, I personally do not think Young Thug is the flyest person of all time. I don't think that. There's been sometimes I see Young Thug in fits and I be like, that's a miss. That is a bad fit. But one thing I always admire about fashion, and fashion is super subjective, and my opinion does not matter, but I'm giving it anyway, because what are you gonna do? Now I'm playing. But listen though, I say all of that to say, nobody's opinion matters. And one thing I admire about Young Thug, and one thing that makes him fly or makes him fashionable or shows me that he has a personal sense of style, is the fact that he don't care about what you say. Like in 2014, he was wearing the Margiela Futures with some compression sleeves and some I think it was Pyrex shorts or something. That, and a polo shirt. That was a bad fit. It was good shoes, bad fit. But he showed he don't care. He don't care what you think about. And if you just know anything about Young Thug, you know how radical he dresses. You know how different he dresses. He's been seen wearing a dress. He's been seen wearing feminine stuff, piercings, septum, face piercings, grills, all of these things that people may look at him and be like, bro, what are you doing? Dress normal. But he never conformed to normality. He always said, I'm going to express myself differently, and I don't care who likes it. I don't care if I get called gay. I don't care if people think I'm weird. I don't care if people think I'm lame. I'm gonna dress how I want. And because he respects himself that much, you have to respect him. And I feel like that's what fashion and self-expression is. It's like, bro, if you ever had that fear of people going to judge you, if you respect yourself and if you love what you're doing, people have no choice but to love what you're doing because you love it. You know what I'm saying? And it shows that you don't care about what other people think. I think that the real stylistic people that have this quality in their head are the people who really could say have personal style, because I think it's a difference between being fly and having personal style. People who are fly, it's like a difference between being an all-star in the NBA and a Hall of Famer. Like, yeah, all-stars are good, but Hall of Famers are elite, you know what I'm saying? So, and how I do anything, I'm trying to get in that elite category, you know what I'm saying? So, I think just having that ability to not care what nobody says about an outfit or your self-expression, whether it be through your art, whatever it may be, I think that honestly makes you a more stylistic person. I think Young Thug's style is super authentic because, like I said, he does not care about what you think. He can wear anything and he will be confident in it, and you feel his confidence, because it's not like he's wearing something different and he's like shy and his body language is shy. No, he's wearing these things and he don't care. If you look at Young Thug now, his swag, I don't know what's up with his swag now, but if you look at Young Thug now, he got fat and he's wearing these wife beaters, bro. If I was him and I was that fat, I'd be scared to be wearing wife beaters in public with a lean gut sticking. I'd be embarrassed. But he just don't care. He don't care. It's Young Thug. He don't care. He knows that he is him. He knows that he's himself, and that it don't matter what you think. It don't matter what I think. If he like it, you gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's so authentic, and it forces, because he's unapologetically himself, it forces you to respect him. And I think a lot of, and I'm just using Thug as an example, but there's a lot of people that I consider having strong personal style that reflect the same value, you know? And I also always admired how, at the time, Young Thug always was a forward thinker. And of course, like, I feel like it's a fine line between trying to be different and being different. And obviously, like, back in the days when Thug was wearing these shoes and doing other things, he was obviously trying to be different, because nobody wants to be like everyone else. But he was not trying too hard to be different, because I'm sure you know some people in your life that try too hard to be different. I do too. But I say that to say, Thug, a lot of people who have personal style and who I consider to be stylish, they have the ability to forward think and be like, yeah, this may not be cool right now, but in a few years, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, this is going to be cool. I've even had that in my life where I've worn clothes and my homies come up to me and be like, bro, what is that? What are you wearing, bro? Them clothes are trash. And then the same homies, and if you watch this video, you know, y'all should know who you are. Them same homies, a few weeks, months later, I see them wear the same clothes I'm wearing, and I'm like, oh, I told them before, like, you gonna get it in a little bit, bro. I told my mans that before, and they ended up getting it, you know what I'm saying? So the ability to forward think is the most important thing, you know? Now I want to get into the actual philosophy behind this video. Like, now, when I saw that video on my TikTok, it popped. I obviously heard that they were re-releasing the Margiela Futures. And then I got that video on my TikTok of Young Thug predicting, which is actually a crazy video because he literally predicted it. Young Thug predicting that the Margiela Futures would be making a return. When I saw that, I was like, yo, that literally emphasizes what I've been saying, that, bro, being a forward thinker and thinking ahead makes you stylish, not following trends. Because I hate people that dress like the times, people who dress like the trends. It's cool to follow trends. Like, some of the stuff you like may be trends, and that's cool. I'm not saying don't wear trends at all, just don't avoid trends. But I'm saying, you know, that them type people in fashion that only wear what's popping, only wear what's going on right now, only wear the most expensive thing right now to look cool in front of these people. And that leads me to a point that I feel like is important, that people who try, this is in life, but we're talking specifically about fashion, people who try to be too cool are actually lame, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I'm a believer in God. God made us all unique, one of one. There's only one hands, there's only one me. There could be someone else with the same name as you, but there's only one you know what I'm saying? Because you're created differently, you were created uniquely. And so many people, I feel like, do not, that's my cats, don't worry about that. So many people do not take advantage of their uniqueness. And I feel like you wouldn't want to act. Okay, so if I acted just like you would say I'm copying you, right? Why, if I dress just like you, I'm not copying you too? So that's how I look at following trends. If you dress like a trend, you're not unapologetically being yourself, and that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us cool. So people who try to fit in by following trends and try to act like other people and try to do the things that other people do, I feel like you're wasting your potential as a human, like, and as a creative, you know? And I think that creativity is beautiful. Even if I don't like it, you expressing yourself however you do, as long as it's true to you and as long as it's authentic and it's not trying to look too cool to impress girls or to impress people on social media, as long as you're staying true to you, bro, you're gonna be the most stylish person ever. And that's why I feel like I'm stylish, because you may look at my fits and be like, I don't like that fit. But what makes me stylish is the fact that, for one, I don't care what you think about my fit. And for two, the fact that I'm not doing stuff that's normal. I'm taking risks. I'm doing things. I'm thinking ahead. I'm trying to think ahead of what's gonna be cool as opposed to what's cool right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what makes me stylish over someone who's just gonna wear what's in right now. And like, if you talk about creativity or self-expression, it's all about taking risks, because everybody has insecurities about themselves. Everyone, at least once in their life, feels insecure. But the people who take risks show that's real confidence. That's real confidence. And self-expression, personal style is all about confidence, because you can't spell swag without confidence. You can't at all. You have to have the confidence in yourself. So I think that people who act too cool are actually so lame, bro, because it's like, why are you trying to be so cool? What makes us cool is the fact that we're weird, that we're unique, because I have weird things about me, and that's what I feel like makes me cool. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I'm weird, not the fact that I'm posted up and I'm wearing this Balenciaga and I'm like, yeah, I got that Balenciaga on, bro. You know what I'm saying? That don't make me cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm gonna look at you and be like, he a lame, bro. He spent all his money on some Balenciaga just for the name. If that said Skechers on it and had the same price tag, he would not spend his money on that. That's how I look at you people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't respect people who follow trends, because I mean, like, if you want to, I mean, some people don't look at it that deep, and I understand that. But people who follow trends, I just feel like that takes no skill. It takes no skill. And I'm the type of person, in anything I'm doing, especially anything creative, if I do it, I want to do it to the best of my abilities. And your clothes is something that you do every day. That's a representation of who you are. So why would you want to follow a trend? Because your life doesn't trend. You're always who you are, so you might as well always follow who you are. I hope that makes sense. You might as well always follow who you are, because your life doesn't move in the series of trends. Like, somebody else doesn't act a certain way and then you mimic that and now that's who you are. No, bro, you're always yourself, so you might as well always wear what you're interested in, wear what you find tasteful for yourself, wear what reflects who you are as a person. And that's why I don't respect people who follow trends, because that shows me that you're not really 100% aligned with yourself. Because if you were, you wouldn't need to follow trends. You'll have your own taste. You'll do what you like, not what other people like and what other people consider cool. You know what I mean? And I don't want this to sound like I'm hating on people who follow trends, because there's been times in my life I follow trends, but it always comes back to, are you comfortable in what you're wearing? Does it match your ideals, your beliefs, your who you are, your interests, as a person? And what is the purpose of you wearing it? Are you wearing these clothes because you like them? Or are you wearing these clothes because you try to impress this girl, you try to impress social media? Like, what are you trying to do with your clothes? And I feel like you could tell a lot about a person from the way that they express themselves. Like, like I told you, I'm a thinker, and I think about the little things, and I could look at somebody's fit and I could be like, he's not really creative. Or I could look at somebody's fit and be like, they're not really confident. They just wearing what's popular, and that's cool. Like that's cool. But I feel like the people with the strongest, I don't even want to say this word because it's a buzzword, but aura. The people with the strongest aura is the people that you see outside walking in something super duper weird, but it's different, but it's true to them though. You know what I'm saying? And that's the people with the most confidence, most aura. I feel like, and I respect them type of people, because even if I don't like it, I still respect it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing what you want to do, and I respect it, because that's what this world's about. This world, we weren't meant to blend in. We was meant to stand out. So why would I want to wear what's popular? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to wrap it up, I kind of want to talk about what lesson I can learn and what lesson can you learn from that Young Thug video of him predicting the Margiela Future's return, or people finally understanding them. Now, for one, I want to say, y'all probably are watching this video like, how did I make that small clip of Young Thug 10 years ago into a 10-minute video about me talking about being staying true to yourself. I think though, what you can take from that is, okay, look, my fault. What you can take from that is the fearlessness that Young Thug had. And now I'm not okay. When I say fearlessness, though, I mean the fearlessness of being judged, the fearlessness of not being socially accepted with your clothes, the fearlessness of not fitting in. I feel like that's what you could take away from that video, is the fact that no matter what it is, no matter the cost, no matter nothing, if you like it, that's all that matters. And if you like it, other people have to like it. And if you like something enough and you're pushing something enough, people are gonna like it. Like, look at Playboi Carti, for example. Bro, I think he's one of the best examples. Playboi Carti in 2020, when he was dropping his album A Whole Lot of Red, bro, he was wearing the most crazy things at the time because he was wearing all these tight jeans. He was posing feminine. He was piercings, red hair. It was just all looked weird. And then nobody understood it. Obviously, people understood it. But everybody was like, bro, this guy's weird. Why is he doing this, right? And then he dropped his album. Everyone hated on his album. Everyone's like, bro, this album's weird. He's weird. You know what I'm saying? He's demonic. He's feminine, whatever. And then people started to like it. You know why? Because when y'all hated on him, Cardi didn't go back to wearing what's trendy, wearing shiesty mask and trucker hats and stuff. Nah. When y'all hated on his album, and hating on his personal style, you know what he did? He doubled down. He doubled down and said, this is how I'm expressing myself. I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't like it, if you hate on me, I'm not even gonna say nothing. And the fact that he didn't say nothing, people slowly but surely had to appreciate it. Cause like, dang, he's serious. This is actually him. He's not just doing this for shock value. This is actually him. Now I have to like it. And that created influence in the world. And people all around the world now don't have a problem with expressing themselves because of people like Playboi Carti, people like Young Thug, people like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something you can learn, is that, bro, even if it's weird, even if it's different, double down and be yourself, bro. And that's where I'm ending here. I don't want to talk y'all heads off. That's where I'm ending here. If you like this video, let me know down in the comments. Like it down below. And I love y'all, man. Little hands, man. Shout out Young Thug. Shout out y'all if you made it this far in the video. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all. Peace.